Hi and Assalamualaikum to Dr. Alhusna. My name is Yasmin or Amiera binti Yusoff, and I will be presenting on the tutorial of how to use the Praat software when you want to analyze the waveform of a sound. So once we have already installed the software in our laptop, we can open the Praat.exe app and it will pop up two windows, which is Praat objects and Praat pictures. We can just close down the Praat pictures because we don't want to use that. We can only focus on the Praat objects window. So you can see up here there are four options, which is Praat, New, Open and Save, and we want to use only the Open. So you can click on the Open option and you can click on the Read from File options, and then you can choose any audio clip that has already been saved into your laptop. And as you can see here, I choose the sound audio sample 1_0 for my analysis on the Praat software. Okay, after that you can just click on the list here, and then you can click on the view and edit to view better your waveform of the sound that you have choose. Okay, so then it will pop up a new window with a sound wave of the chosen sound, which is the audio sample 1.0. So this is the audio that I have chosen.
China.
Okay, so the China sound. So in the Praat software, there is actually four functions that you can use, which is the spectrum, pitch, intensity, and formant. So I will be explaining these four. Okay, so for the first one is spectrum. Spectrum is used to show the differences between speech sound. It can also display different frequencies and amplitude in a sound. So the strength of this frequency is indicated by the degree of darkness. So what does it mean? Okay, I will show you in the next example. Okay, as you can see here, this dark and white cell is actually the spectrogram. Okay, and you can see here there is a darker cell. It means that this cell have higher frequency, and this white cell here have lower frequency in this pitch. The next is pitch. So what is pitch? Pitch is related to frequency and wavelength. Low pitch means low frequency and longer wavelength, while high pitch means there is higher frequency and shorter wavelength. And pitch is actually symbolized by the blue line here. As you can see, this area has high pitch and this area has lower pitch than the other line. Okay, and the next is intensity. Intensity is can be defined as the amount of power or energy used from the speaker to pronounce the certain speech sound in when they are speaking. Okay, so intensity is symbolized by this blue, yellow line here. As you can see, in a certain place there is higher line, while in other place it has more falling, which means that the power or the amount of energy when the speaker pronounce this sound lower than the other. Okay, and the last one is formant. So what is formant? Formant is a broad peak or a local maximum point in the sound of the spectrum. Formants usually come from the vocal tract, and this is because that when we are pronouncing something, the air inside the vocal tract can vibrate at different pitches, which brings different formant from every speech that we actually pronounce or make. Okay, so this is the example of the formant. As you can see here, there is many red dots on the spectrogram, especially in here in the black certain black cell. Okay, so it means that when the speaker pronouncing this word in here in the black cell here, it means that the sound have a shorter vibration from each of them. So it means that it almost have no obvious vibration when the speaker pronouncing the word or pronouncing the speech sound, the sound. Okay, so that's all for the four main function that you can use when you're analyzing your waveform in the Praat software. So sometimes people will ask, should I save the audio after analyzing? No, you can save, but it's actually doesn't do any difference when you're not saving this audio, because when you can just close the tab and you can do your other job, and when you're back you want to use again the sound, you can just move back to the first tab which is open, and you can choose the same audio because it will not give any impact or affect the pitch, the intensity or the format. It does not have any impact on any of those four functions in the Praat software. Even if you open this many tabs, it will not interfere with what it has already in the sound, because this Praat software is actually analyzing what is in the sound. Okay, so I think that's all from me for today's tutorial. I hope you enjoy for today's presentation. Thank you for listening, and goodbye and have a nice day.